I'm Ms. Petronic, and I'll be one of your science teachers this year. I hope you've enjoyed your unit about matter and its properties. I'm here today to explain our final performance task. This is where you will show all that you have learned this unit. I'll sort these rocks later by their properties. Let's get started. Hi, it's Ms. Petronic again. Let's take a look at our performance task. So your task is to create a Google Slides presentation that could be used to teach another student about the rock cycle and types of rocks. You'll notice there's a performance task number 2 Google Slide Deck template, and we'll look at that in just a minute. So the directions for this task are: you're to provide an image of the rock cycle. 2, explain the ways that rocks are formed and what each rock type is called. 3, find an example of each rock type. Include an image of the rock type and its name. Include a description of the rock and how you can tell that it is that particular rock type. If you take a look at the performance task rubric, it shows how you'll be scored on your task. There's 2 categories: how rocks are formed and examples of rocks. You'll notice in order to have mastery, you need to have 3 different ways that rocks are formed and an explanation, and that you've provided the name and image of the 3 different rock types. If you would like exemplary mastery, which I know you all do, you're going to need to be able to explain the ways that 3 of those 3 rock types are formed, and then talk about the rock cycle being one directional or not one directional. And the second part is that you will need to provide the name and image of 3 types of rocks and include a description of the rock that supports the rock type. Now, let's take a look at the Google Slide template. So the Google Slide template shows the title of your rock presentation. You can be creative. Make sure you add your name. The second slide is part 2, provide an image of the rock cycle. And it says you can add more detail to the image. Part 2, explain the ways that rocks are formed and what each rock type is called. Says you may need to add more slides to complete part 2, just depends on how much information you include. Part 4, find an example of each rock type, include an image of the rock type and its name. Include a description of the rock and how you can tell that it is that rock type. You might need to add more slides to complete this part as well. Part 5, and this is just bonus information if you want to include any extra information about matter and its properties and what you've learned from this unit. Finally, how do you submit this assignment? You're going to submit this assignment just like you did your student science notebook at the beginning of the unit. If you're not quite sure and you don't remember, click right here to watch the video. That's all for today. Good luck on your performance task, and I'll see you in your next unit.